Welcome to Kid Clutch Sports. I'm your host, Kid Clutch, and we're here to discuss the greatest moments in WrestleMania tonight for night one. I still can't believe what happened in that main event. That was crazy. That's crazy. You got to experience a WWE crowd, let alone a WrestleMania crowd. What was going through your mind when your music hit and you stepped out onto that stage in the 50,000 plus people? You were shocked.
Oh my gosh. This is my house. I mean, I didn't know how anyone was going to react. I'm walking out there, I forgot how big WrestleMania was. So walking out there, oh my god, I can't see the end of everybody right now. Yeah, it was magical, surreal. I forgot how to skip at one point, and I was like, what do I do? What does Paige do? Like, what's that? Huh?
Nikki, obviously disappointing for you, suffering the injury, being unable to compete. How did this all come together, and how long did you have this surprise in your back pocket?
Oh my goodness, so I actually got surgery 2 weeks ago yesterday. So I managed to break spring and tear my ankle. So listen how crazy though this is. When I headed into Birmingham to get surgery, guess who was in Birmingham? Like, yeah. And Bree and I literally on the phone, I was like, Bree, there's no way I'm going to make WrestleMania, but like, you still have to have your moment. And both at the same time, are like, the only person that will still make it feel special, like family, is Saraya's Paige. And so it's crazy how life works. It's a part of the journey, right? We always have that comeback. For some reason, I'm the comeback kid, but there's no one else.
Trying to see, we dropped it a few minutes ago.
Superstar in the past or now.
What is this?
That I would want to take my spot other than Paige.
Well, we hope you're on the bench. But you know what? A clutch does come in handy every so often. To have a clutch
I had to recreate this one.
Let's take it through the conclusion
Delete that
of
one.
what happened in a fatal four. How about
There we go.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what I'm allowed to say here, but payback's a bitch.
These are locked.
City closing moments, the rampage. Old Faithful gets the job done and neutered. Bree, I have to ask you. I know you were as excited for this opportunity as Nicole was. Your sister's unable to be by your side. The magnitude of this moment couldn't be lost.
So the video was on private. It should be on public now. It's updated.
I mean, this is something I just started for a really long time. I mean, I've been in a tag team since the womb. So, you know, I always wanted to be a tag champion. And there's no better person to do it than Paige. Having Paige by her side, right? And to have the WrestleMania moment with all three of us, I mean, it was iconic for sure. So I have goosebumps just thinking about it.
So does this crowd right here. Everybody's loving this. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the post-show visit with us, celebrating results.
What's good? Who is this? There we go. Thanks for joining. Is it still on private? Is it on public now? Okay, Rizzo. Was it on public or private when you got into this one? Because I had to change the settings. Okay, it's public. Yo, that main event was crazy, man. It started out the way we thought it would.
It's crazy because it played out the way that you, me, and Phil thought it was gonna play at. That main event. Let me see something.
So please welcome to the Countdown Show set, the Samoan Werewolf. Yeah, man. What a win, my man.
Yo, I had to adjust the live because a lot of people couldn't get in. They had two different videos on it.
WrestleMania, grandest thing. Let him have it. Let him have it. Jacob.
Here we go. What's up, Desiree?
We're talking about a lot. Things that Drew McIntyre highlighted during this rivalry. What does it mean for you to take this in at WrestleMania?
This total show was a spectacle tonight. Everything was happening, but I liked how they did the storylines behind the rivalries. It was good. But you can tell that main event, they had something up their sleeve with that, with the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes situation. That was crazy. Let's get started with the first match. You had the Usos and LA Knight. They ended up winning that match. Oh yeah, that Bianca Belair one was a surprise. It was good to see her on there. Her and Jade Cargill is my favorite female wrestlers. They were good. I like how they brought out the Hall of Famers in between that too. I can't stand Logan Paul. I wanted him to get smashed tonight. He straight disrespected I Show Speed, man. He smacked him, called him a moron. But the Usos, they helped him out with that. He should have. I can't stand him or his brother. Dude is too arrogant. That's his problem. I like when he slammed her through that announcement table. I was glad, man. But I'm kind of glad they did that with him. He's acting crazy. I wish they would have put him against Randy Orton. I keep thinking they giving him easy opponents. I want them to give him Biggie. Yeah, he would have. They're not gonna put him against Randy because Randy is too skilled for him, and he's too experienced. He's too vicious. He's not ready for that. They give them little cupcake guys to go against. I think WWE is trying to protect Logan Paul. That's all that is. He was fighting him dirty too. That's what I didn't like about it. That Jacob Fontoon versus Drew McIntyre match was crazy too. Yeah. I don't know why they let him bring those brass knuckles out. That was crazy. Yeah. Let's see, it's all politics and entertainment. That's why you get away with this stuff. Drew McIntyre didn't come to play games. I'm telling you. You saw he tried to choke the referee. Drew is crazy.
We just watched the 75-yard running super spear by Braun Breaker.
But the part I like is when Jacob Fontoon hit him with that chair and he was whipping him with the belt like he was his kid.
What can you tell us about the adventure today, Paul? Ladies and gentlemen,
She said him and his skirts. Oh my God. Him and his skirts. But he calmed down a little bit from where he used to be at. Before I couldn't stand Drew McIntyre. Now I kind of like him. Because he was another one that came in arrogant. Thought he was untouchable. Yeah. But you never know what WWE got up their sleeve with him. They may get him some more championships. But he depends on how he keeps fighting with these guys. Because he's been getting better since the last few years. Before he came in there, I thought he was kind of weak. I like his fighting stance. This dude, Paul Heyman, is crazy. I don't know. He always ends up getting the best talent, the most vicious talent. I don't understand it.
the six-man tag team match opened up our evening here on WrestleMania 42.
But I wouldn't want him to represent me.
And Austin Theory in action. Would you like to share your thoughts on what we saw there?
Because he talks to guys into matches they shouldn't even be in. The only consistent client he's had in WWE is Brock Lesnar. Everybody else kind of get tired of him after a while. Like, I don't know anybody that likes Paul Heyman in real life or in wrestling. Brock Lesnar doesn't even like him, but he uses him because he gets him the best matches.
Mr. Heyman, tonight, obviously you have plans come to fruition, and I'm sure you're feeling fantastic about that. But we
What's
are
wrong with him?
of one of the biggest WrestleMania main events of all time. As your client, the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar.
And he talking about him now, right? Actually, on the after show, he trying to hype him up.
Brock has ever faced before. Do you have the plan in place to ensure victory for Brock Lesnar once again over Olafemi?
I'm telling you, Brock Lesnar is the only one that can deal with him because when Before he was representing CM Punk. He made CM Punk mad. CM Punk didn't even want to deal with him because I knew they was gonna bump heads because CM Punk talked too much and Paul Heyman talked too much. So I knew that was gonna be a problem. And he ended up representing Roman Reigns. He just said it just now. He said Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar.
And all this hype has been lived up to by Over Femi, and it will be no shame on Over Femi. It will not besmirch the reputation.
Yeah, I am too.
With a magnificent future.
Well, see, I don't think Roman trusts him because you remember that time when Roman said, "Are you an advocate or are you a special counsel?" And he was kind of going back and forth. See, the thing with Paul Heyman, he likes to play both sides of the fence. Until Brock Lesnar comes, then he acts like he all down for Brock Lesnar. Really, Brock Lesnar is his bread and butter.
As he prepares for tomorrow's opening match, which will be, by the way, on ESPN.
But what's going on with him now? Is he representing Braun Breaker too? I saw him come out there doing that match.
Let's just get to the six-man tag team highlights that we were going to discuss. This was a hell of a win.
Heyman reminds me of that one guy with the that passed away. He does.
Somehow, some way in the future, I show speed ever gains confidence to act, to pull the trigger when need be. We could have another superstar on our hands.
Heyman is a self-promoter. I see Heyman everywhere. He was on ESPN this week. Every time they have a pay-per-view, he comes on ESPN. They had a guy who was a black guy. He used to act like Paul Heyman a little bit. He used to represent, I forgot the dude's name. It was like 15 or 20 years, about 15 years ago, he represented a guy. His name was Abraham Washington, but I forgot who the wrestler he was representing on it. But he used to talk a lot too. Let me look it up. Who was it? Abraham Washington used to represent Primo and Carlito. No, it was Primo and Epico, and he used to represent Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. He reminds me of Paul Heyman a little bit. He's not as dirty as Paul Heyman. He just got a big mouth like him. The thing that shocked me today was when Paige came out there and returned. I was like, where's Paige been at? Came out there with to be Nikki Bella's replacement because Nikki Bella wasn't cleared to wrestle in the match.
AJ obviously not the result that you wanted tonight, but with the way Becky Lynch was able to get the victory, is there anything you want to say about the tactics?
But it's crazy. Them Bella twins, 20 years later, they still switching and playing games with people. Like, I didn't expect that to happen.
She took my title from me, but I don't know, this is still a really special night. So
Yeah, I don't know where she was at because I never seen her in AEW. I never heard about her being on TNA either. I was like, is she just retired from wrestling or just start wrestling overseas? She's gone from WWE.
would like to see you take another shot at it. We'll have to see if that's in the future. But you said this was still a special night. You had your family with you, your nieces during the entrance. Is this still one of your more memorable moments in WWE?
You see, a lot of those wrestlers you don't see from years, they start going to AEW.
This is my favorite WrestleMania experience so far.
And some of them may get better, some get worse.
Even though I lost it, I got
Like, I think AEW really blew Sasha Banks up. Like, they got her the undisputed champion of everything.
what I wanted to do then was just represent all the fans who
But she would never got at WWE. But
have been wearing my outfits, my shirts, my shorts, my shoes, keeping along with me the whole way. That was for you. I love you.
the way WWE expanded that women's division is crazy. Like, they got tag team championships, the world championships, intercontinental championships. It's crazy.
This is about as genuine emotion as I've ever seen from you, and even in defeat, super gracious. And I think your impact on those girls that were out there with you, but just in general across the board, it's undeniable. I'm sorry it didn't go your way tonight, but I appreciate the time.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough match too with them.
All right, let's get back to the big headline of the night, and that is the undisputed WWE Championship match and everything that went down.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that was for like 2012 below though. But I like watching them battle it out because they're not playing. They're just straight dominating. I really didn't know who was gonna win that match because that match was a toss-up. That surprised me too. Like, it was similar to how when they brought out the Bellas, when they brought them back to WWE, it was strange. Yeah, it is because I remember when they just had like one women's championship and then they added the Divas championship and they had those two for like years, and then when they unified it, that's when they started creating more championships for them. I wish they would have did that with ECW. They would have made like an ECW tag team championship and like a intercontinental championship where they kind of killed it. They did something similar when they brought NXT. They changed it to NXT, but it wasn't the same. I wish they would have kept ECW. Do that. It would have made it more creative. What makes that match so crazy, they ended up having Paige win that match too. So she comes back and she wins the tag team championship after being on for like 8 years. So then that Becky Lynch and AJ match was crazy too. I thought they was gonna kill each other the way they was going at it. It was crazy. But AJ has always been a little crazy. And she's always been borderline psycho in the way she wrestles. But I think that's why her and CM Punk make a great couple, because it's like they both on the edge. CM Punk always had that too. ECW, I honestly wish I could watch more live matches. I think Paige winning was crazy, and I wanted AJ to win. But Liv versus Fanker, it was good. Yeah, it was. It felt like I was watching an episode of WWE Rivals a little bit. The way they took you inside the rivalries and how they stretched those rivalries out for some months. And they all boiled over into this today. But it also didn't look fake either. It's like they pulled the emotions out of everybody else wrestling today. Like you really thought they couldn't stand each other. And you hear some people say they don't like the spectacle of WWE because they're saying it's becoming more entertainment, but it's always been entertainment, but it's more culture clashing with wrestling now. So it's just basically a TV show. Couple CM Punk and AJ Lee back together. Wrestling is everything, and John being the host was great. I think the foreshadowing was good. It made sense. I agree. It was. I never realized that CM Punk wrestled that long. I didn't know that. Because I remember when he started wrestling at WWE, when he was with ECW, and he was climbing up the ladder, and then he ended up getting drafted to Raw, and then he won that Money in the Bank after that whole Edge situation. Cashed it in on him. But I think he's had one of the craziest runs in wrestling. I think between him, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes, they've had one of the craziest, longest runs I've seen, to where it just stretched out for like a 20-year period. And it don't really seem like they've been wrestling that long until you go back and see the storylines, and you go back to see how long it took for them to get to the top. Yeah, the thing I always liked about CM Punk is that he was acrobatic starting out. He used to do a lot of kicking. And get on the top turnbuckle and just move around. But he's smart too. They give him that. But to be CM Punk is kind of like a Randy Orton. It's like he always had a heel in him. Didn't matter if you turned him good or not. He was always like a heel at heart. Like he played that villain role too well. And I think Gunther is kind of like that too. And Brock Lesnar, it's like they're true heels. You do know the blood is not real. But it's crazy how they make them bleed like that. Because they said that blood is fake the way they do it. But I never, it looks too real. Like Even in Randy Orton, you just saw him started bleeding out of nowhere. It was crazy. Then after the match, Cody Rhodes started bleeding because Randy started attacking him and he punted him in the head. But I never understood how they do that. Even when they explained it, it's just like stuff looks so real, like it's gushing off of their face. Then they still wrestling. I remember years ago, John Cena, they made him bleed. I forgot who he was wrestling. It was on Monday Night Raw. And when he was wrestling on Raw, the match was like, I think maybe 30 minutes. And everybody talked about it that next day on Tuesday because they said they can't believe he had his whole face was red, full of blood, and he still won that match. And that's where he kind of got the reputation for being tough. Heartbroken for Randy and Cody. Yellow, I know it's not, but I don't care. Part of my brain still hurts because it seems real. Like, where the hell all that came from? Yeah, I think that's the one match that I think they kind of messed up. I think they had too much going on in that match. The storyline was a good build up, but I didn't like that they threw McAfee in at the beginning. I thought McAfee was gonna come in and interfere during the match. They had him do that before the match, and then they had Cody throw him out of the ring, and then Jelly Roll came in, and then Randy was out of the ring because Cody threw him out. It was crazy. That one was kind of confusing. I didn't know where it was gonna go. I had a feeling that it was going to be Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee in that match doing something, fighting. But I didn't know it was going to be at the beginning of the match. That's what kind of threw me off the loop. But the way they had the whole storyline set up and they had Cody Rhodes coming out as Stardust, the gold, it was like you kind of could tell Randy was going to retire. But if that's Randy's last match, it's good that he went out as the Viper. Went out vicious. Was Pat out there doing all that before the bell even rung and Jelly Roll was so random and Pat coming back out. I don't know, but it looks like that match. It looks like Pat McAfee threw that match off. It looks like he wasn't supposed to do that early, but I think he messed it up and it seemed like he was winging it. That's just my opinion on that. But Pat McAfee, I think he helped drive that storyline because on ESPN the last few weeks, him and Cody Rhodes was going back and forth. Cody Rhodes broke into his studio and he was destroying his stuff in his studio. Came on a Pat McAfee show. And then Pat McAfee kind of got mad. He's like, I'm gonna get him. And he got mad at his doorman and said, why you let him in? But I think they're gonna drag that out a little bit more. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm with E. I was always a huge fan of the Money in the Bank ladder match being on WrestleMania. Of course, it blew up, got its own.
And I love the gold concepts and reference to gold. That's very random, but I love the Dash and Cody Rhodes gimmick, LOL. And man, I really wanted Randy to win that 15 championship. Yeah, I did too. But that was the one match I didn't really know who was going to win for that. I was saying it was Cody, but I was thinking there was a chance that Randy was going to win until they did that Stardust gold gimmick. I was like, yeah, it's set up. Cody got to win this match. And it's like, okay, Randy's going to retire. But I think But yeah, I think that rivalry is gonna go between McAfee and Cody now, the way they're drawing it up. The thing that shocked me is when they said when they had Cody Rhodes RKO Randy Orton. When I saw him RKO, I was like, okay, Cody's gonna win this match. You saw Randy bleeding. Because you see that it's like they allow weird stuff to happen during those matches when they let these guys retire, because they did it with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. It's like you start seeing some crazy stuff happen. They start hitting each other's moves and all that. Then you saw Randy Orton RKO the referee, and it's like, man, I don't understand that. I didn't understand that gimmick too. Is when they after he RKO'd the referee, they bring out Pat McAfee, but then Pat McAfee comes out in the referee uniform, and they have Randy Orton RKO him. It's that match was kind of all over the place. I like the concept and the storyline on that match, but I didn't like some of the things that went on during it and before it. I don't think that was planned out right, because they was kind of making Randy look like he was going crazy or he's going blind. He couldn't see anything. He was just RKOing everybody, knocking them out. Love seeing Jelly Roll on there as well, and Randy did Crossroads. I was like, what is he going on? But damn it, they should have let him win tonight. No lie. Yeah, when they had him doing the crossroad too, I didn't understand that. It was just too more weird. It was too much weird stuff going on in that match. Then they had Cody poking him in the eyes. I didn't understand that. Because I was trying to figure out, was that Cody Rhodes or was that Ric Flair poking guys in the eyes? Like, you're supposed to be wrestling. Then did you see that part when Cody Rhodes was about to hit Randy with the cutter, but then Randy kind of intercepted it and he RKO'd him? Then instead of that being the end of the match, you see McAfee come out there running. That didn't make sense. Yeah, I think so. It's usually when they do those matches like that, a legend is retiring. But I don't think it was actually planned like that, the way they had it in. That's just my opinion on it. Because Randy really didn't look focused on a lot of that stuff. It's like, That match kind of looked like a WCW match toward the end of their run. It's like it's like the guys didn't know what they were doing. It's like the chemistry was off with the wrestlers. Like, and like I said, I think it was McAfee that messed it up. But they're not gonna say nothing right now. Watch 10 years or 20 years from now when they do a documentary on that match, they're gonna probably say McAfee messed it up. It wasn't supposed to end like that. The result was supposed to end like that, but the match, because it was that match looked sloppy. Yeah. See, the thing is, I think what's going on too. McAfee doesn't know how to wrestle. He was a football player that transitioned into wrestling, but he wasn't really he wasn't a wrestler. He was a commentator. So I think they trying to teach him the ropes with that, but it was odd. It's kind of like when they had in WCW they had Goldberg wrestling. Goldberg couldn't wrestle. Goldberg was a football player. That's what kind of messed him up. He was getting guys hurting. WCW. I think that's what was going on with McAfee too. He was trying to rely on his natural abilities. Yeah, that's what he is. I think he was basically winging it. I don't think they wrote. I don't think they really trained with him and told him how to do the match. I think see he looked confused, and then Randy got confused after that, and they just threw everything off. That Stephanie Vanker and Liv Morgan match was good too. Would have been smarter for him to come out during the match after the bell already rung. I agree. That's what I was thinking was going to happen. I'm here for their interests for sure. Yeah. That's the only thing I wish they would have fixed with that match. But I've seen a lot of interference in tonight's matches too. All of them. What's going on? Seth with the supernatural eyes is killing me. Yeah.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I did not check my outfit before meeting my girlfriend's family. Checking Allstate first was an excellent plan. Not checking which team my girlfriend rooted for? Yeah, not great.
I don't know. It looks like Seth Rollins really don't like Gunther.
If you have moderate to severe eczema, Dupixent can help you feel the heal. Some adults saw fast itch relief after first dose.
But I was talking with a friend of mine earlier, and me and him was saying we think Gunther needs to be called the new Legend Killer. We know Randy Orton is the Legend Killer, but Gunther needs to be. It's the way Gunther be knocking these legends out. He don't care. Gunther looks like he don't like anybody. He's like a Brock Lesnar. They don't care. He's strong too. Gunther look like he takes steroids. The way he's built. I used to say that about Brock Lesnar too. I think he will. But I think they need to put him in the championship circuit. Because he'll be a dangerous contender for some champs. Yeah, I'm more scared. I would like to see Gunther fight Brock Lesnar. That would be a good matchup. Both of them are good heels. Both of them are more power wrestlers, muscular. Yeah, both of them have a mean streak with them. I don't know what it is with them. They just WWE got to make that happen. I was surprised when they sent Braun Breaker in there to interfere in that match. Spear Seth Rollins. That's what I think turned the matchup around. Because it looked like Seth Rollins was in control of that match until that happened. Love that Stephanie McMahon got her shine. And yeah, I was surprised too. Ooh. Yeah, that was good. She got her shine. It's about time. She's done a lot for WWE and wrestling. And she was an ultimate heel too. Women. Between her, Trish Stratus, Lita, I think Charlotte. I think Jade Cargill is borderline heel. I don't know if they put her in a full heel position yet. I think she'll be a full blown heel soon. Just never know. I think she's better as a heel. I wasn't expecting Gunther to put Seth Rollins in that sleeper hold. That's what shocked me. I didn't know he's gonna go out like that, but it was genius. Jade is on her way. I love it, especially because she's from Jamaica. And also, Sami Zayn stays catching strays. Yeah, he does. But I never could be a fan of Sami Zayn. I don't know what it is, something about him. I can never gravitate to his character. I put him in the category of R-Truth. Like he's a wrestler you can't really take serious, but super talented. But I think he should stick with that gimmick of just the silly wrestler, his goofy. Yeah. He's a little soft, let's be real, but definitely talented and stronger than me for sure. I don't know. You may be able to beat him up.
NBA stars these days.
Change the game.
That's why DraftKings Live Betting is built for speed. With more markets open for more of the game, DraftKings is live when others aren't.
Let's break down tomorrow's matches. You got Oma Fema versus Brock Lesnar. I think that's going to be a good match. We got Pena versus Javon Evans, Dragon Lee versus JD Madola versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio. That's a 6-pack ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I think that's a good one. I would like to see Rey Mysterio win another championship. He's another dude that's been wrestling a long time. But his son Dominic, he's a dog too. I think he's gonna be a problem next few years. I think he can win Intercontinental Intercontinental Championship soon. They gotta get him some bigger matches, some bigger cards. The fact that Ray is still going is legendary. I love him. I know he's so proud of Dominic. Shout out to his wife. Ooh. Yeah. What's he been wrestling for, like, what is it, like 25 years? He's been wrestling since I was little. Yeah, he go all the way back to the Eddie Guerrero days. I think didn't he come in towards like the end of the Attitude Era? That's what I think. Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. I can't wait to see that match. That's gonna be a crazy match. That match should be that should have been the main event for the WWE Women's Championship. Jade Cargill is no joke. She's gonna be a problem too. She already is a problem in WWE, but I think they're gonna end up making her undisputed women's champion. That's how dominant she's been in her short time with WWE. She takes no prisoners. I think so. I'm just proud of him because I've always admired him. And Uber and Brock should be both dominant. Jade and Rhea, anyone can have that. For real, they're both great. Yeah. Brock Lesnar, I just don't like him. I hope Uber beats him, but I don't know. Anytime you wrestle with Brock Lesnar, you never know what you're gonna get. You never wrestlers never walk out the same after wrestling though. This dude had the Undertaker broken down. You know it's bad when you do that to the Undertaker. Undertaker is legendary and scary. Yeah, I don't know. Brock Lesnar is definitely on steroid. Gotta be. He's too big. Tell you. I've seen him take the soul out of some of the most legendary, skilled, and dangerous wrestlers you ever seen. And it's like he beat them down and he don't blink. And I think Gunther is gonna be like that soon too. It's just a force to be reckoned with. It's like a freak of nature. Unstoppable. But that's gonna be a good match to watch. Jade and Rhea, that storyline has been built. It's been crazy the last few weeks. It's been going on with them. They should have made that match a no holds barred match. I think that's what I'm thinking. Only R-Truth can break their characters for real, LOL, but he still can't beat them, unfortunately. No, he can't. Well, R-Truth is entertaining. I think he I think they found a good lane for him with that gimmick that they run with him. But the thing I like with R-Truth is that he's gonna always keep the attention on the match. It doesn't matter how good the match is or not. He keeps eyeballs on him. That's what I think with him. And it's like I think they would have been better off in that Randy Orton and McAfee, but it wasn't a Randy Orton McAfee match, but they turned it into that Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes match. I think they would have been better off putting R-Truth in there and making him like a guest referee. That would have been more entertaining and more believable. Yeah. What do you rate night 1 out of 10? 1 out of 10, I would say maybe I give it an 8. And let me scroll down the comments. Back on that. Okay, I'm back. Let me read those comments and see. Oh yeah, I forgot R-Truth is from Charlotte. Yeah, I heard he was cool. Oh yeah, I forgot you got an autograph from him too. He doesn't look that tall. What is he like 5'9"?
do his thing. We need him to be aggressive and do what he does. But he's really encouraging. He gives confidence to everybody. He just elevates everybody on the floor.
Congrats on being on the show. All right, listen. So often, NBA playoff games decided by a role player. This one happened to be one of the great three-point shooters in NBA history.
Speaking of Sami Zayn and Trick Williams fight tomorrow for WWE United States Championship. Who y'all got winning? I got Trick Williams. Trick Williams, I think, is the biggest breakout star that's going to be in WWE. He's got it. He's got the charisma. He's got the skill. He's got the moves. Got the talent. He's got the brain. I think. Got the swag. Got it all. I hope he end up winning the championship soon. This is going to be crazy. I haven't seen a wrestler like him since they had the Hurt Business. That group, they were so cool. I wish they would have kept that faction together. But then they let Bobby Lashley go to AEW, and then it just broke up. They had Bobby Lashley, had MVP. They had what was my man name? Forgot his name. Let me look up. Shelton Benjamin. I haven't heard from him in a while. I think he may be in AEW. I was watching a few years ago. I don't know if he still wrestles. But he had a nice run. He started at ECW too. No, all three of them is at AEW now. Oh, it's Javon. I can see him coming as well. Him and Speed are the youngest, even though Speed isn't Phil W. Star. Yeah, Javon, he's good too. He's one I don't really know how big he's gonna be. Got to give it some time. I want to see how they build his character up more over time. Because really, it's like with The Rock and Stone Cold, when they built their character up at the beginning, it wasn't really connecting with the WWE fans. But over time, when they started finding that character that connected with the fans and their natural character, that's when it blew up. Roman Reigns is the same way too. When they was trying to make him like the big dog, and they brought him out with the Shield, he was good with the Shield, but when they brought him out as the big dog, after that, you could tell WWE was trying so hard to push him to be the next face, but wasn't catching on. But once he became the tribal chief, he became his natural self, and fans connected to that. And that's really what it's all about, is the authenticity. I hope that happens with Javon too. Me too. Me too. Oh wow! Speaking of Mysterio, they got Dominic Mysterio wrestling Finn Balor tomorrow. That should be a good match. Dominic Mysterio has been eating the last few months. Dude taking no prisoners. Even his dad, he's been eating him up. He don't care. I want to see what they do with the Dominic Mysterio character too, because like him being the son of a legend, I want to see if they push him into that legendary status like they did with the Rock and they did with Charlotte Flair. He has a humble energy. I hope he goes far in the WWE. Yeah, I hope he does too. That's been brewing between him and Finn. Them two got good chemistry. We look at it how they've been fighting. It's like a natural fit. And that's what's very important in wrestling too, is the wrestlers that fight each other have to have a good chemistry where they can trust each other to really make that stuff look real. And I saw that brewing with the John Cena and Randy Orton rivalry and the John Cena and Undertaker rivalry. It was like the chemistry was unmatched. So when you seen them wrestling, it was like watching a masterpiece. With the rivalry, they brought out emotions in the fans. They made fans want to tune in every week, and they got them invested into that storyline. And that's something what I'm seeing with the Finn Balor and the Dominic Mysterio rivalry. I hope they drag that out a few more months. Yeah. I think this one set a high bar, but I think tomorrow, I hope it is a legendary WrestleMania. Hope it's memorable. Like I always go back to WrestleMania 25. That was like my favorite WrestleMania. Because like every champion I wanted to win ended up winning. And they had like seen Triple H. Who else did they have? I think they had I'm trying to think what women was wrestling back then. That fought for the women's championship that night. I think 25 was actually 2009 or 2010. It had to be. But that WrestleMania, it dragged out a lot of storylines for like all the way into like SummerSlam that year. That's what I liked about it. Yeah. That's when you had Randy Orton going against the whole McMahon family. But I forgot how they, and I can't remember if he ended up getting the title after that. Because I know it started with him going at it with Vince McMahon, then it went to Shane McMahon, then it went to Stephanie McMahon, then Triple H got involved, and then the whole family, then they had Batista in the middle of that. So I don't know. I hope they take it a little bit back to the Attitude Era. It looks like they was going in that direction at first, but it's like they pulling back again. Because Attitude Era set the standard for all this. And I think that's why you have a lot of wrestling fans kind of mad now because they want that Attitude Era back. I kind of do too. And the main event for tomorrow night is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. This one I think is set the standard. This may be a legendary match right here.
So how does he get open? So if you're staying home with him and running him off the line, you're going to eliminate some easy looks for Luke Kennard.
I don't know who they're gonna have win that match. That's the thing.
Shoot mid-range jump shots and lay basketball up. I'm going to LeBron. You're going to shoot over the top. Unless he's in transition, we run that, but there was no game plan that was followed. So now LeBron did what
I want Roman Reigns to win that one.
get everyone involved, make everyone feel comfortable, and then at the end make big and timely.
Because if he wins that one, he on top. He's back on top of the food chain, and everybody wants him. I can feel an interference. It could be. I think that's kind of like the ongoing theme you've been seeing in this WrestleMania is that a lot of these wrestlers have been interfering, and a lot of outside people have been interfering in these matches. And it's kind of been going different ways. Let me see what type of match it is. That's right. Championship matches, I forgot. If it's a championship match, it's low DQ. So interference can probably happen. And no, it could happen without disqualification on pay-per-view. So crazy. I'm surprised they didn't do any cage matches this year. That's a good idea. They may need to cage that match up because that match is too risky. It's too potentially legendary to be interfered with and messed up. I just want to see them go at it. Like I remember when Triple H and Mankind went at it. I can't remember what pay-per-view it was. It might have been WrestleMania. It was WrestleMania or it was at No Way Out. I want to see what happens with that. But I don't trust CM Punk. I don't know. He's gonna try something dirty to win that championship. Just never know with him. He's another one that I think is a heel too.
Well, Kevin Durant has got even service, so we can't. But let's say he can't win. And what can we do differently if you're Houston Rockets that you didn't do tonight? There has to be some execution and some sharing of the wealth. Meaning, who are we going to play through tonight? They played through Thompson. I
would like to see Paul Heyman interfere in that match, come in that match and interfere and get back at CM Punk or Roman Reigns. That would be funny. Because he got history with both of those guys where he used to represent them. Well, he still represents Roman, doesn't he? And I don't know why I always feel sorry for him, but I also really view him as a heel. Oh, Paul might come out for sure. Yeah, he needs to. But I hope he comes out, and I hope one of them knocks him out, and I hope they drag it into Monday Night Raw and into SmackDown too. I got a feeling that may happen. Whatever happened, it's gonna drag into the next night. I hope it drags into the next pay-per-view. I think the next pay-per-view is Backlash, if they still do it in that order.
Rocket shot 38%. The Lakers, who are the best shooting team in the NBA at 50%, 61% on the night. And they take
They're gonna go at it for sure for a while, and then he's gonna come out, but one of them probably has him on their side. Yeah, that's possible. But yeah, Paul Heyman always has something up his sleeve. You never can trust him. He's sneaky, and he was going on ESPN on all those shows laughing with a smirk on his face, like when they was asking about WrestleMania, like, I know something you don't know. Okay, you calling it? We're gonna see. I agree. I think that's gonna happen too. Yet you calling it, but I think Paul Heyman. I'll be shocked if he don't interfere in that match tomorrow. He gonna interfere in that match and some other matches tomorrow too. That's definitely the Brock Lesnar match. Who do you have winning that match?
identifying opportunities across your entire portfolio. And when life surprises you, your plan can change too. Because doors.
Who do you have winning that match between CM Punk and Roman Reigns?
I was ready to let daily HIV pills go. That's why I chose long-acting Capital.
For adults who are undetectable, Capital is the only complete HIV treatment designed to work continuously for up to 2 months. It's an injectable proven as effective as daily HIV pills. Don't take Capital if allergic to its ingredients or taking certain medicines that may interact. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. Tell your doctor about your medicines or supplements, medical conditions, liver or kidney problems, mental health, pregnancy, and breastfeeding. The most common side effect is injection site reaction.
I chose the HIV.
That's a tough one, but I'm here for CM Punk, and I always feel like Roman is the one that plays dirty. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes Roman does. Okay, you going with Punk? I'm going with Roman. I'm never betting against Roman. That's the thing. Can't bet against Roman. Roman is the man. Roman all day, every day. Don't get me wrong, Roman is that guy as well. Namo, but no, I gotta go with Punk. Okay. Won't hold you to that. When I come back on here tomorrow and Roman wins, you gonna wish you bet on Roman. I tell you. Got my fingers crossed on that. When in doubt, pick Roman. Neymar would bet $1 for sure. $1, you don't sound confident that CM Punk gonna win then. Only $1. That concludes this episode of Kid Clutch Sports Reaction to WrestleMania Part 1. I'll be back on here Part 2 tomorrow at the same time. Thank you all for joining. Enjoy the show and enjoy the matches tomorrow. See you for Part 2. Salute.